Thank you. My speaker wasn't on. Should I repeat myself or are we good to go?
We're good.
All right.
It'll pick you up.
Item number 1, or item number 2, attendance roll call and determination of a quorum.
Setzer, Redcorn,
Here.
Harmon, Verosco,
Here.
and Stover.
Here.
We have 3. That's enough for a quorum. Meeting may proceed.
Girl power, let's go. Item number 4, discussion of possible action. Pardon me. Item number 3, public comments. Good evening, public. Are there any comments tonight from the public? No? All right. Item number 4, discussion and possible action to approve the minutes from the November 21st, 2024 regular meeting.
I motion to approve the minutes.
I have a motion from Stover and a second from Carrasco. Motion passes. Item number 5, discussion of possible recommendation for the city council to approve the travel brochure distribution company for our travel brochure distribution in the amount of $600.
Good evening, ladies. Mr. Andy stopped by last month with the travel brochure distribution. So he was wanting to speak to the board about possibly, distributing our brochures. He has some contacts with his tourism partners all along the Highway 54 through Kansas and most of the larger towns through the southwest Kansas. And they're in the process of expanding their network from Oklahoma and to Texas Panhandle. And they already have contracts here locally with Hampton Inn Suites. And they're looking to continue those. Mr. Andy is actually here if y'all would like to ask him any questions.
Hop on up here.
Quite more formal than I'm used to. So as Sheila mentioned, my wife and I, Sherry, we live in Elkhart on the good side of the state line. And we own a company, Travel Brochure Distribution. We have 130 distribution racks across the state of Kansas, all the way from Topeka to Liberal. And being from Elkhart, we want to expand in this area more, pick up some more contracts. We contract with CVBs and attractions, museums, whoever has a brochure or a guide that they would like to get out in our racks. So they contract with us for a space in our racks.
I do have a question for Sheila. Have we updated our tourism map and brochure, or is that something we need to work on?
Yeah, so the last update, in which it's pretty updated, except there are a few, and we always know that restaurants, come and go, unfortunately. There are a few of them, like literally, I think we counted 3 that needed to be corrected, but we still have the same ones from last year that we had.
I know we use them all the time
Yeah.
whenever I meet clients for real estate or at the local bar, trying to show people our local restaurants. I think our brochures are very nice. I'm very proud of those.
Yeah, we have the hotels actually reaching out to us for them most of the time, because, we try to get around there quarterly, but we can't get around all the time. But yeah, they'll call and ask them all the way from Liberal to Dumas.
Is there any way, this is probably more of a 2025 item, but with those, whenever we click on the, whatever you call it,
QR.
yeah, the QR code, is there any way that whenever we click on that we can get that in different languages?
So yes, it actually goes to a website. It's a little harder to read on your phone. On the website, you can change it to different languages.
Okay, yeah, because I've never gotten to be able to do it on my phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just really hard on the phone because it's not an actual app.
Okay.
It's more of a home base, is what they call, like a web home base on your phone. So that's why it's that, you have to go
Weird.
and download
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Cool.
Sorry, Andy, back to you. That was something I wanted to ask before we move forward with you. So how far do you, all through southwest Kansas, do you do anything into Texas or?
Excuse me, no, we do not, but we are looking in Dumas, Amarillo, to place some racks. As Sheila mentioned, we are in Hampton Inn here, and we're also in the Quality Inn now, in talks with a couple of others to hopefully get our racks in there. But yes, the Texas Panhandle is our one of our main focuses of expansion, and we have, And it depends on, some of our customers just want a specific geography targeted, some want one in every rack in the whole state. So that's really up to you. Of specific interest to you would be, I think, would be Highway 54. We have 11 racks between Liberal and Pratt, all very strong, producing racks.
So the $600 would cover 11 racks, 11 individual hotels.
It will cover one or 120.
Okay.
So if you say, hey, we would like ours distributed down Highway 54 and Dodge City.
I would.
that-
As many places as
Sure,
possible.
Sure. And some of the smaller communities that can only get us a box or two a year. They're the ones that usually target a specific geographical area. The larger ones, Wichita, Kansas City, Kansas, they'll send us 80 boxes and say, put them in everything. So
Sheila, do we have a budget that we have to abide by for the brochures, or can we print off as many as needed?
So I do not want to speak on that for hotel motel marketing. Last year, I don't know if you followed the same, we had roughly 30,000. That encompassed all of the marketing. Looking at mine, I'm guessing it's kind of similar this year. So there can be additional upgrades because we will have to upgrade it, which is a fairly low cost, and then get some more printed.
Sheila, do you have a recommendation or an opinion?
I think it would be good. It kind of saves us from running a lot of the places. I would really benefit if it was also in like that Panhandle, the Texas Panhandle.
Sure.
That would really sell me on it, just because that's kind of what we do, Annette and I. Like when we get a chance, just like this holiday season, we had our holiday ones. I had Annette go out and put them out just so that, people are familiar with what's going on here in Diamond. But I do think it would kind of lessen that load for us to kind of, when we have time to run and go put those out.
Thank you. I, as the chairwoman, can't make a motion, can I? I'm just gonna sit here and ask questions, right? Yeah.
Are you gonna make a motion? You want me to?
I can't.
No, I was talking.
I'm gonna lean on back here.
And if I might add, we don't just put in hotels, we like to stick with hotels. We also have in museums, some larger truck stops, gas stations, and those are actually some of our best, most picked up places along with.
So this $600, if you were to start expanding into Texas, if we go with you guys, would you guys go ahead and let us extend to that 1 year and throw our brochures in, and then maybe add a higher cost next year whenever you are, or?
If we end up with a bunch of locations in the Texas Panhandle, it's still gonna be the same cost.
Okay.
For 2026, if the price does go up, it's gonna go up across the board. It's not.
Okay.
But yes, like I said, if it's for one location, or if we get to 150 in the Panhandle or whatever the case may be, it's going to be that one price.
Okay.
So, and that would be something that we would automatically just put your brochure in there, when we pick up a location. And
For the 120 locations you have now, what's the typical amount of brochures that you need, and how often do you refill them?
it depends. We have some locations on I-70 that we have to go to every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Some of our smaller locations, once a month. Excuse me. Greensburg is one of them that everything gets picked up really well. We go there, try to go there every 3 weeks. Pratt is another, we have 5 hotels there. It's another very good location. So it just depends on the amount of traffic. After the first year, it slows down quite a bit. Traffic, during the summer, this summer was one of our best ever. Just crazy amount of travelers. So it was, some of them we were going to every week. It just really depends.
I'm going to motion to approve, for city council to approve the travel brochure distribution company for $600.
I will second it.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Should we suggest for Andy to be here for our city council meeting, or
Yes.
Yeah.
can we tell him what date that is?
The
January
second
14th.
January 14th
January 14th.
at 6
Okay.
PM in here.
Yes.
Will it be on January's? Okay, yeah, I didn't know.
Thank you, Andy, for taking your time and presenting that tonight. I think that's a great idea. We
All right.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, item number 6, discussion and possible recommendation for city council to approve the ITI digital automated events calendar. The financial impact is $7,000 annually plus a $4,000 for a one-time setup cost. Annette did talk to us last time. I think we asked a few questions. I'm pretty sure you probably have a good follow-up for us today.
Yeah, I talked to Mitch the following week after the last tourism meeting, and he basically said it's for the languages. We would just have to translate it to whatever language we wanted, which I can do. Like that's what I'm doing right now anyway. So we want to make them all into Spanish. I can definitely do that for whatever posts come through. Every single one if y'all want to. For the other concern, was it regarding becoming it or having it be more local? He said that's just up to us. So if we want every single spot that we pay for to be a local business, then we can definitely do that. It's really just how we want to set it up.
Yeah, so we give him the parameters. They typically, and that's what kind of, my holding spot for this is the cost. That's $11,000 out of a $30,000 budget for a calendar, right off the bat. I mean, every year after that, it'd be $7,000. Right now, we pay less than $600. But Loki, the one we use for our community calendar, they are in marketing and they're going away from the calendar because it's just not a profit producer for them. So that's going away February the 11th or 12th. Don't let me lie on that date. So mid-February, it's going away. And ITI kind of reached out to us a few times throughout the years, and I just kind of wanted to see, what they do. They will pull whatever parameters we set. Typically, it is used for travel, so they only do like the big tourist events. But I told them for us, we do every event. We want to do every event, not only for our tourists, but for our local people to have a community calendar. They said they can pull that. That's something that he can do.
And so how much of your time would be consumed by putting this into different languages? Because we can't consume a bunch of the city of Guyman's staffing money for converting this.
I mean, I think it would just be as many, depending on how many events are posted and pulled.
What happens if we become real poppin'? How sick of translating things are you going to become?
I do it every day, so
So is this already part of kind of what you do anyways?
not for
Or-
events, but
No, so she just kind of helps put the events on there. Like we
Okay.
have 2 or 3 people that have it outside of the city. So everybody is supposed to just put their community event on there. A citizen, can go in there and put my event on there. But
Okay.
most of the time that doesn't happen. Erica Maddox does a lot of it. Ronnie Wilson with Main Street Guyman does some of it. And then her and I do it. If we catch something or we see something coming through or throw it on there, we normally don't translate it. But I know we do, or Miss Annette does, the library. We know how many things that they have going on. I think that it would be a significant time to translate. That's a huge undertaking.
Could we shop around to find a calendar
can.
company that would be able to translate for you? Because I know that our school system has 36 different languages, so it's not just the
Spanish.
Spanish population. I would want to reach everybody if we're going to be translating.
And spending that amount of money. Yeah. Yeah. My vote is to table item number 6, the discussion and possible recommendation for the ITI digital automated events calendar.
It is hot in here.
I agree with that. I second it.
Okay, item tabled.
All right, thank you, ladies.
All right, thank you, ladies. We appreciate your time and all your wonderful work you do. Item number 7, discussion and possible recommendation for city council to approve the funding in the amount of $29,318.22 for windows at the rodeo arena. You see a cowboy hat in the audience? Surely that's going to relate to this. Oh, come on up, Mr. Stonecipher. What can we do for you today?
Thank you. First of all, just imagine the entire arena has windows around it. That's not what we're asking for.
Woo! All right,
That was, but that would be cool.
that would be cool.
That's phase 11. And actually, it's more than just windows. I think it's windows and arena lighting. So your agenda is a little bit misleading. So the windows are for the announcer stand. So we had funding available to get the materials to redo the outside of the announcer stand and to put a cover over the VIP seating to the north of the announcer stand. So we already have those materials bought. So as part of that project, we'd like to replace what we now have a variety of either plexiglass windows, or there's some plywood ones, and I don't know if you've been up there lately, but those have a tendency to not fit very well. They fall out, a lot of them get broken. This would be for tempered glass windows that would be permanently installed, that would open up into the inside and latch so that they would not fall, get broken. A lot of times when they're up there in events, especially early in the year or late in the year, it's nice to have those windows closed because it's awfully cold up there, but you still need to be able to see out if you're announcing or timing or whatever. So this is part of an overall revamp of that announcer stand to make it a little more user-friendly for people that use that arena. And that's the window portion of this ask. The other part of this ask is we've got a bid that's in your paperwork for LED lights. What we've noticed, especially with now some
I don't think we have that, but that's okay. I'm sure you'll tell us.
well, you do. Think you
We
do.
just have this.
What's in there is what I received. I received a quote and a funding request application.
That's okay. You guys can tell us.
Yeah.
I don't need paper in front of me.
Okay,
This
so,
It's which one? But that's for the window.
That's just for the windows. It's showing.
yeah, we also have a bid for LED lights.
Okay.
Who are you using for the LED lights?
So it's a company that specializes in arena lights. And actually Isaac Diaz, who's competed at our rodeo many times, is a new rep for them. So that's how we got in contact with them through
All right.
the Prefect Arena folks. So this is their specialty. There's a contractor in town that's agreed to donate all the labor to hang the lights. So this would be for the lights themselves. But I'd like to kind of open this up for discussion because I think Mike had some ideas about lights. So, yeah, let's talk about that, Mike, while we've got this on the floor.
I don't think there's going to be enough money that you're asking for until he and I have just a little sidebar here. I think we're going to need some more money. But we think it's a great idea. In the future, within the next couple of years, are these lights going to be compatible for our overall bigger project we've got for the canopy and everything else over the arena that we're in the planning stages for? And also, are these going to be controllable with like the soccer lights? We can use out of our cell phone.
So this does not include controls.
Okay.
I'm sure they could be added with these lights. I don't have a cost on that. We'd have to go back to the supplier and add that if we wanted to do that. You know, one of the things, there's two things about the lights now. One, they're, 40 plus years old probably. They're old.
Yeah.
They take a long time to heat up, and they're not very efficient. LED lights, as you know, are much more efficient power-wise, and they're instant on and off, which, for example, if let's say someone wanted to have a concert or some event there where you wanted to dim the lights, do some kind of pyrotechnics, and then bring them back up. We can't do that now. It takes too long for them to turn off, turn back on.
Yeah.
So the LED is really the way to go. I think compatibility, now we put them on the existing poles. In a future state where, for example, we have a cover over that, these lights would be movable. You could put them on the front leading edge of that cover that goes down into the arena if you cover the grandstand. So they would be usable with some rework.
They would be able to grow with us.
Yes, they would
Excellent.
be able to go with us. And I think that the important thing, right, there's a million companies that will sell you lights. We wanted to find someone that, not all LED lights are created equal, right? We want to make sure, if you look at the photos, nighttime photos, aerial photos that we have now that we haven't had in the past, there's some dark spots in the corner there, especially you see it on TV. So I think we wanted to make sure they did a
Would
map
this-
and a light study to make sure we've got good coverage all the way across the arena.
For safety reasons, would this cover, to make sure people have better access for accessibility, but maybe for exiting or getting into the stadium?
So the current arena lights are on the top of the concrete grandstands. And so they will light the grandstands themselves. There's other kind of yard light type on poles behind there for just traffic in and out. So this
Okay.
would cover the grandstand area itself. It wouldn't cover behind it. That's
Okay.
covered with a different set of lights.
Okay. I definitely think since we have the glass thing, so back to a funding question, we couldn't even approve this tonight because we don't have the funds to approve to pay for this? Oh, we have the funds.
Here's what I'd like to propose, if you're open to it. I'd like to propose that we get this approved so that we can get those lights on the way, because we have a time constraint for college rodeo, pro rodeo coming up. And then we would come back to you with an additional for the control piece. That'll take us a minute to get that research and get a bid on the control piece and make sure that it's all compatible, and we can come back with an additional at that point.
Mike, do you have a suggestion?
Yeah, I'm fully in agreement with what Ken said. What we'll probably have to watch out for, you got a bid now for 19,000. Keep in mind, we're a municipality. Anything over 20,000 has to go out for public bid.
This one's perfect. 19,746.22.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Cut it close there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that when I got this bid.
They probably did. They knew it.
Yeah, I think
Or maybe they
it's great,
didn't.
but I just wanted to make sure that it's compatible with our other systems. We do energy audits, the soccer complex out there. If you go out there at night, you're walking around in the daylight. And
Yeah.
You just kind of sense that out at the arena, it'll just be gorgeous out there.
We desperately
Sure, we
need it.
do need that, yeah.
That's one that we do out there, is soccer. Electrical cost on what's out there right now, you'll probably be cutting everything probably 40 to 50%. It's just unbelievable.
And they'll be used for other events if we have other events
Oh,
at
absolutely.
the arena.
It's-
So it's not just for
Yeah.
Pioneer Days.
No.
But I just wanted to say, we need to get them compatible with our own system, that park superintendent directors, I mean, you shut them off, turn them on, rent them, yeah, stuff like that. So
Okay.
there'll be more, so.
Yep.
But we can come back with that in another request, once we get.
You'll
that.
follow up, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
I motion to approve to go to city council the funding in the amount of $29,318.22 for windows at the rodeo arena and lighting.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Be sure you show up for city council. Thank you,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Stone
Thank you.
Cipher.
We appreciate your continued support, Pioneer Days and everything that happens at the arena.
Item number 8, board and staff comments. Hello, board and staff. I know that I have a comment. Am I allowed to comment? This is my moment. Excellent. I just wanted to bring up that lease. I know that we were going to talk about it again, but if we could just keep that on the agenda to some effect. I just want to keep that wheels turning with the county lease and the city lease, of just bringing it up and making a note of it in every meeting, just so we can kind of stay with it on our radar. That's all I would like to say about it.
Should I suggest that we postpone the meeting today?
Yes. Things happen.
We got a death in the family, we got all kinds of stuff happening.
It's Christmas.
And that's something that's important to get. Sometime next week, let's get together and discuss this.
I would love that. Thank you. I just want to keep it relevant. Relevance?
The only question I had is, what did we determine the times? I know that our schedule has been put out for next year, but what did we determine the times were? Did we decide that noon was going to be better?
Noon.
It's at
Okay.
noon. It should be
Okay.
on your schedule.
Oh, did I miss it somewhere?
I think it's towards the back.
Yeah.
It's a last packet.
Okay, so the days haven't changed, it's just the time?
Right.
Okay,
At
very
noon.
good. Yep. That was my only questions that I had.
We have, well, we're still in the final process. We've tweaked kind of the guidelines for all boards and commissions. So the first meeting for everybody might be a little longer.
I do have a question since Mr. Stetzer is not going to be on anymore. Do we have a requirement of a city council member to be on our convention and tourism board or no?
No.
Okay.
I think we have, city council did appoint.
Thank you for showing up tonight.
Okay.
Woo! And who else?
Her first meeting will be the first meeting in January, so. And I apologize. That's Laura's daughter. That's all.
Laura.
Our
Not her
favorite.
name, that's Laura's daughter.
Oh, she does my hair. I know
Oh,
it.
okay, cool.
I would never mispronounce her hair. My hair.
And we love
And
Laura.
we also have Ronnie.
And Ronnie with Main
Ronnie's
Street
the
Guyman. I
other.
think that's great. She's involved in a lot too.
Oh, cool.
Okay. I don't
Just-
have any questions about funding. I know that we were asked to ask questions for any kind of
Yes,
financial thing, but I really didn't have time to look it over.
Okay.
Do
We have a budget hearings. City council approved your budget a week ago. Your budget was increased probably about $70,000. We'll go ahead and get that out to you this week. So,
Okay.
The increase, it went to convention assistance. So.
Okay.
yeah,
A
instead
broad
of-
spectrum.
Yeah, so a good, healthy budget. There's some other things I'd like to talk about. We'll schedule that next week. and,
Excellent.
And this money needs to be spent, this money needs to be reinvested in the community every day.
I agree.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Shannon. All right, item number 9. I think I have to have a motion for someone to adjourn this meeting.
A motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out to the meeting tonight. We all make a difference. It is 6:28.
Okay, I'm sorry, I did not have, she probably sent it to me, but I do not have that lights, the lighting, so I will go back and research. I probably just didn't print it out, maybe.
That's okay.
I'll go back and research.
I'm okay with it.
As long as they have it for city council.
Yeah, we're not the board that they should be worried about.
Thank you.
I like it. Have a very Merry Christmas. Yeah. I can't believe